No county in eastern Carolina is immune from the drug epidemic. Fentanyl is the latest drug leading to overdoses almost every day. News 12's Mary Grace Armistead takes an inside look at enforcement efforts in Carteret County.
Over the past few weeks, I've taken a close look into the fight of drugs in Carteret County. I recently had a chance to go on a ride along with Sheriff Asa Buck and his deputies to get an inside look on how they combat this ever-changing problem. Asa Buck has been in Carteret County law enforcement for 27 years, 18 as sheriff. Over the years, he's seen the drug trade here change with the times. In the past year, Sheriff Buck tells me that they have arrested more than 100 drug dealers. With the rise of fentanyl, Buck says overdose deaths have surged, further driving their efforts to get drugs off the streets.
If you didn't work so hard to do anything about drugs and drug dealers were just allowed to do whatever they wanted to do and sell drugs, not worry about getting caught, then you would have a tremendous negative effect.
Just last week, 2 people were arrested in a drug-related death, and another was found guilty of death by distribution, getting a max sentence of more than 8 years. But drugs are not just a problem out on the streets. Sheriff Buck says keeping drugs out of the jail remains one of his biggest challenges.
It's just like a lot of other things. I mean, in spite of your efforts, you're not going to be able to prevent every single solitary thing every single day and hour of the day and in the year, and sometimes things will slip by, and when it does, then we try to redouble our efforts to make sure that it doesn't happen again.
Buck tells me one of the toughest challenges is monitoring the many ways drugs can enter the jail and having enough resources for a growing inmate population. Just last month, 4 inmates overdosed inside the jail. All survived, but he says it could have been much worse. I asked Sheriff Buck what steps are being taken to keep drugs out of the jail.
Body scanner has been very helpful because we have discovered a lot of drugs. Strip search people, and we do a number of different things, but nothing is 100% in every situation.
Buck has made it a priority to put Narcan in courtrooms, schools, jails, and patrol cars, hoping to prevent deadly overdoses.
I've been saying for many years, we've got Narcan in the courthouse, the jailhouse, and the schoolhouse. And I'm sorry, I didn't make it that way. That's just the world we live in. And Narcan is available everywhere, and it's a good thing because all of this fentanyl has been out here, and it's been in all these drugs, and any number of people have been saved by Narcan, especially if a family member comes in and finds them.
Sheriff Buck says addressing the root of the drug problem, addiction itself, as the most potent weapon in the war on drugs. Despite the constant temptation, he's seen people recover. But he says successful recovery comes down to strong coping skills.
When you help somebody get their life back on track and they're not doing all the things that they used to do, you're reducing recidivism, you're reducing crime, you're preventing future criminal offenses from occurring, you're preventing victimization, you're preventing people from coming back to an already overcrowded jail, and you're actually spending the money the best way for our taxpayers instead of paying for people just sitting in a jail getting no resources.
Sheriff Buck points to resources in Carteret County like Hope Mission, along with a mentor program that pairs inmates all through the selective process. But Sheriff Buck says even though they have these programs, that it's up to the person to make the change. Reporting live in Carteret County, I'm Mary Grace Armistead, News 12.